So, Ankit, just to summarize everything that we've discussed today over the last an hour or so, um, I would like you to share some career advice to the people who are watching. Okay? The people who are watching are working professionals from early career, mid career, as well as graduates who are looking to build their career. So, what would be your
Okay, so I have been advising throughout the last hour, but I will try to summarize it.
Yes, I would like you to summarize it. Yes.
Okay, so different parts of the career you have different goals to seek for. The first 10 years, like Sushant said, is extremely important. Where one thing I would say before I start advising, you should read Sushant's book here. It's actually encompasses a lot of good ideas and frameworks to use. I have read it, and I haven't found a book which actually helps you with different strategies you could use. So it helps you formulate your thoughts, and it also pushes you to take action. So it's an important theme there. So have a read. So now beyond that, right? So first 10 years, I think, of your career, when coming up from your grad schools, undergrad schools, etc., right? Take on whatever you get with passion. Sometimes you might get what you like, sometimes you don't get what you like, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever you get, take on with passion, right? Give it your 100%. Now try to evolve in that area or to continue to find the area you want, right? Don't get stuck to what you're doing. Try to expand your horizon, why we are doing it. Always ask the question, what is the business value? What are the adjacencies around it, right? And also start digging deeper. What are the opportunities for growth, right? Where do you, if you go in this direction, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10, 15, 20? Start having this intriguing conversation with yourself, in my mind. That's number one. Number two is be ready for change, right? Things will change. Sometimes you plan for something very rigorously, but things change, ecosystem changes, firms change, doesn't matter, right? You have to be positive, make the best of it. A positive attitude is extremely important in your career and personal lives, right? And if there are no problems in your career, there's a problem. You cannot be that successful in your career early, right? If you get that success very quickly in your career, you don't know how to handle a downturn or a bad situation. It's important for you to fall and run again, right? You have to fall a couple of times so that you learn the lessons. Now, this will happen throughout your career. You run, you get up again you run, something happens, you fall, again you get up and run. It's okay. It's okay, you evolve. You become a better person. You are evolving in the corporate world, you're evolving in your personal life, right? These are all lessons learned, right? Strive for making a difference in the ecosystem and society you live in. Strive to work with an employer who's invested in growing you as a person overall, that wherever you go, you leave a mark behind, right? These are important aspects as you charter your career journey. Last but not the least, right? Whatever you do, be extremely good at it. Don't just focus on narrative. A lot of people lose sight in their careers by focusing on the narrative as opposed to the content. You have to have a good blend of both, right? Narrative should be 20% of it, 80% of its content. Okay.
Absolutely.
So extremely important. As long as you have that on your side and you have the attitude to be successful wherever you are deep in content, nothing can touch you. You will always evolve again and again, and you'll be happy, right? Focus on building people around you. Focus on building an ecosystem around you where you want to live and thrive, right? It's extremely, extremely, extremely important. One thing which we talked earlier about, share, right? And try to see how you can grow people around you, that they can do what you're doing right now, and you can find different things to do, right? But there are two things. One, you're growing an ecosystem who will make you successful. Two, you are pushing yourself to an uncomfortable position where you know that you have to build again, right? These are important aspects. If you have these two things, you will never fail till you're 100 or over. Okay, it doesn't matter, right? So that would
wonderful.
Be.
I think that's you've summarized it very well, and thank you for your time. Before we wrap up, I would like to share my observations, from this interview with the audience. So, to build an iconic career, I always say that there are 5 building blocks: career clarity, skills, career plan, personal brand, and mindset. So these are the 5 building blocks, and this is what I've observed. I know, as I said, I was taking notes when Ankit was speaking, and I know a lot about his experience, his career journey, because of our past relationships. So when it comes to clarity, so what Ankit, if you look at Ankit's journey, clarity doesn't come overnight. Okay, clarity does not come just by thinking. Clarity comes by thinking as well as experimenting with different career paths, different roles, different work content, till you find your sweet spot, till you find that zone where like the content, the work content aligns with your interests as well as your strengths. So that's one thing we learned from Ankit's journey. So it took him some time. Okay, it took him some time to get there, but he finally found his sweet spot in Deloitte. The second is skills. So Ankit has been emphasizing on skills from the get-go. So it is only through skills that you become competent, you become an expert. So what Ankit is saying is, you have to acquire multiple skill sets, a broad array of skill sets, but you have to go deep in content. You cannot be grazing the surface and just be a broad leader. You have to be specific but you have to have expertise in particular area. For example, Ankit has built expertise in data engineering, data analytics, and now he's getting into AI. So that's the expertise he has built in the firm, along with developing leadership skills, strong networking skills, and other soft skills, communication, etc. So that's number 2. Number 3 is career plan. So this is where you have a vision for your career. Unless you have a vision, unless you know where you want to be 3 years or 5 years from now, you're not going to be motivated, you're not going to be supercharged. And if you observe Ankit's journey, every 2 to 3 years he challenges himself. Okay, he comes out of there is no comfort zone for Ankit. Even though he's a partner now, he's aiming for the next level, right? So every 2 to 3 years he challenges himself. He thinks about how to get to the next level, what he needs to do to come out of his comfort zone, what he needs to do to get there. So that's number 3, a plan, a career plan with a vision, mission, and goals. Number 4 is personal brand. So this is one area that most professionals ignore. Personal branding means making yourself a visible expert, known to the world. This is where again Ankit emphasizes on the importance of expressing yourself, sharing knowledge, become known to the world. Don't hoard knowledge. 90% of professionals in the world are, out of every 100 experts, 90% are invisible experts. They are not known to the world. Only when you become a visible expert, which is only the top 10%, and Ankit is one of them, he's a super visible expert, you become known to the world. And when the world sees you, they will appreciate you, acknowledge you, and they will elevate you. They'll recognize you. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5 is mindset. Ankit operates with what I call an abundance mindset. He believes that the world is full of opportunities. Even when he talks about the opportunities in Deloitte, and when he talks about the openings that Deloitte has, it just oozes out of his mind. He believes that the world is full of abundance. When you believe that the world is full of abundance, you're going to seek opportunities. But when you believe that the world is scarce, when the opportunities are scarce, there is a scarcity, you operate with what I call a scarcity mindset. So you have to work on these 5 areas in order to build an iconic career like the one that Ankit has built. Career clarity, skills, career plan, personal brand, and mindset. So that's how I would like to summarize this session here. Ankit, again, a wonderful time, learned so much, and I'm sure the audience who will listen to this will benefit immensely from this interview. So thanks once again. And do you have if there would be one parting thought for the audience, what would that be? One sentence.
I'm pretty impressed, Sushant, the way you have summarized it, right? I mean, I know these themes are in your book as well, but very well summarized. Thank you for having me here. And my only advice is to the larger ecosystem, especially in the last 2 years, whatever we have seen. I'm a very passionate Indian, and India has immense opportunities to grow. Think about what difference you can make in the ecosystem where we live, and think about what we could do in the next 20 years to hyperscale the growth in India using AI, digital, other technologies, because technology is going to be the driver of the way we live, think, feel, and breathe. It is already embedded in every home today, right? Including grandparents. I'm pretty impressed the way they are using technology compared to any part of the world. We are much more superior. Think about how we can hyperscale the growth in India, and happy to having conversations in that. Thank you.
Wonderful. So the audience who's listening here, watching this podcast, please connect with Ankit on LinkedIn, connect or follow him, and you should be able to learn a lot more from him in the coming days or in the future. So thank you everybody, and Ankit, on behalf of my audience and my show, a big thank you to you for your presence here. Have a
Thanks,
good day.
thanks, Sushant, for
Bye.
having me. Thank you. Bye bye.